This TikToker is essentially cyber stalking and using AI to harass celebrities, and this straight up just has to stop because this is beyond creepy, because she has been using AI to make disturbing pictures of herself and her celebrity crushes, including fake relationships, fake hospital photos, and fake babies across TikTok and Instagram. And I feel like I keep saying, as the future comes, it's going to get weirder and weirder, and this is absolutely an example of the future, or I guess the now, being extremely weird, because we would have never thought to have a problem like this back in like, what, 2015? I think the closest to that was, there was this like viral Instagram guy. I think his name was Pajit. It was like this guy who like used to Photoshop himself into celebrity photos. Completely forgot his name, but I did actually find the picture that I was referencing. That used to be the norm. Now, things are looking a little bit more realistic with the help of AI. And obviously, Photoshop stuff like that is obvious jokes, and now you have people essentially LARPing that they're really the significant others of legitimate celebrities. Because, I mean, AI has been getting more and more dystopian by the day, and now we're hitting new lows, where people are being posted online in relationships with people they've never met. And no, I'm not talking about like the Jake Paul edits that have been going around for a bit. And as I mentioned earlier, these are way more realistic looking, and it seems like the people who are posting these are fully addicted to posting this kind of content. And the main account that we're covering today is named Kaye Kiri. Obviously, Kiri is the last name of Joe Kiri, who is a legitimate celebrity. So she's claiming she's his wife, or, you know, something like that. But obviously, fandom spaces have always played with fantasy, and I think the internet is kind of used to seeing fictional relationships, self-shipping, and so on and so on. But this is really something else entirely. Like, this content stopped being clearly fictional and started pretending to be real life. And this account started posting AI-generated images that showed Joe Kiri not as a character, but as himself, standing in hospital rooms, holding a newborn baby. And these were not stylized edits or, you know, cartoonish AI art. No, they are meant to look real. Real enough that casual viewers genuinely started asking if Joe Kiri is now a father. So, clearly, this is insane. And what made all of this so much worse is how quickly confusion spread, because there were comments asking if the baby was real, if Joe Kiri had announced anything, or if this was some sort of like hidden relationship reveal. So even chronically online people looked through these hospital photos and thought, oh crap, Joe Kiri just had a baby. And to be fair, this started happening when AI was fairly new, so I don't think a lot of people were quite, you know, expecting it to look this real. And obviously, it's the older fans that seem to be getting spoofed by this. So the younger hardcore fans, they're trying to correct the record. Many of those comments were deleted, and some users say they were blocked. And others reported the post to TikTok for AI misuse, impersonation, and deepfakes, only to be told nothing violated the platform rules. So that's interesting. Basically, this account made real-looking photos with a real person and then removed any comments that pointed out it was fake. Excuse me, what? Like, what kind of group fantasy are they trying to create here? Like, the more people who think this is real, the better, I guess? Is their goal just to trick as many people as possible? Oh, and to make it all worse, she also made a fake Steve Harrington TikTok that I guess is pretending to be ran by Steve. So this account was even commenting on her other account stuff like, "You've just made me the happiest man on the planet. Thank you for being in my life, and I thank God for bringing us together." Excuse me, what? What kind of mental illness is this? Because this is not okay. This doesn't make sense. Why are you craving attention this bad? But I guess she's logging out of one of her fake Steve Harrington TikTok accounts to log into another one, pretend to be her fake boyfriend, and then comment on her own TikToks. Yeah, this is hell. This is awful. Like, what's going on here? But of course, instead of stopping when she started getting a bunch of backlash, the main account was suddenly just privated, which might have looked like the end of the story, but no. It wasn't. Almost immediately, new accounts started popping up with the same user, and one continued the Joe Kiri content under a different username, K Harrington AI. So at least they're putting AI in the username, but the first TikTok on the account had the caption, "I had to make a new account because people can't tell what's real and what's fake." This sounds like they're trying to cover their tracks, but what do I know? You would think the confusion would be from purposefully creating content designed to look like the real person. What do I know, though? But I found another account from the same user too, but this one shifted the focus entirely to a different actor. This one is K Scott AI. Those are really the only two accounts that are left right now, and I've been looking into this for months. I think I found this when the Joe Kiri baby photos first started going viral. Disclaimer, it's all AI. We're talking about AI accounts here. Don't sue me. But since then, she scrubbed a whole lot of her digital footprint. footprint, but not before I managed to scrape a good bit of that. And I guess she doesn't feel too bad about it because she still at least has 2 accounts up. And this account includes the same behavior, the same creepy AI relationship framing, just with a new target. There's just something so messed up about this entire thing. Taking a celebrity and making your own fake AI baby is just beyond creepy. It seems like she's not just addicted to the content, but also to the reactions that she's getting, because she could just private all these accounts because, you know, obviously a lot of people realize this is AI is not very happy with this. They left comments asking the creator to stop, pointing out that Kaye Kiri is a real person, not a fictional character, and obviously pretending that he welcomed a baby is crossing a few lines here. And according to multiple users, those comments did not stay up for long. People say they were deleted or they were just blocked entirely. And apparently all she has to do to keep her accounts up is this like small warning in her bio that it's all AI. Past that, I guess she can just keep posting whatever weird stuff she wants to. And multiple commenters also started claiming that the creator runs a Discord server where people who call her out are made fun of. So according to the people who say they were targeted, AI generated images were made of them. So they comment to say this is messed up, and suddenly there's deepfake images of them doing degrading things just for calling out someone AIing a celebrity they like. Excuse me, what is going on here? So they're using AI against Kaye Kiri and the other actors and their fans. What a great use of bandwidth. I'm so happy that my power bill is jacked through the roof because of this. Well, what's crazy about all this is she's kind of created this weird community where people are commenting support on these weird posts, because each of these pages follow other accounts that post AI Steve Harrington content. And this is just a few from this one particular actor. So I'm sure there's other actors that has, I guess, fans, I guess they're fans in a way, doing or making this weird content about them. So when I first started looking into this, I was not expecting to find all of these AI girlfriends and wives of celebrities. But welcome to the new world that's quite dystopian. But this particular account is also using AI to edit the way she looks. So she'll post a video like this and then post a picture like this. So I guess she's just using AI for everything. And then you have this account, which literally says in the bio that all hate will just be thrown back at the people interacting. So I guess that's referring to maybe the Discord thing. So they're openly threatening people with making deepfakes of them just because they're pointing out how messed up it is making deepfakes of popular celebrities. But hey, I guess watch out, because if you think that's weird, you're gonna get a picture made of you doing something weird on some Discord server. So awesome. Hopefully they don't do that in South Korea though, because Johnny's currently finding out about doing that. But hopefully I'm not cooked here. But I guess she's friends with Kaylee too, since they've made deepfakes together. The deepfake collabs, dude. We are in a very fascinating time. And obviously, Kaye Kiri is not co-signing this whatsoever. I don't think he has a say here, because again, this is kind of like we're stepping into new territory here. And I guess people are defending this behavior by saying, oh, it's all just fan fiction. But fan fiction does not trick people into believing a real human being is secretly having a child. So this is a little interesting. How will this affect the legal environment in the future? I don't know, because I'm sure laws about deepfakes are probably only going to become more and more strict. As I mentioned earlier, South Korea has already made their own laws about deepfakes, and I'm sure the US is probably going to do something about it in the future. Who knows though? There was a case earlier last year involving Taylor Swift and an AI firm, and that ruling made it so that creating deepfake endorsements using her image without permission wasn't allowed. So they basically made it so you can't digitally recreate a real person and put words, actions, or situations on them without consent. And platforms often hide behind the technical excuse here that they argue that these AI images are not advertisements or political misinformation. But to me, I mean, this seems like a pretty big hit to defamation and privacy. I mean, you even have entire law firms that are advertising help for these kind of civil suits. So I guess we're seeing law firms catching up to this kind of stuff, but the platforms are definitely not keeping up. And I should also mention that it's not only girls doing these trends as well, because I guess, unfortunately, this is just an entire genre of content now, and this keeps getting easier to make. Like, dude, we're just heading into a new version of the internet where you genuinely can't tell whether someone's life actually happened or was generated by some crazy person with a Discord server. So hey, I guess we're all just cooked, but at least we're here to witness it. I don't know what to say, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.